Pluto's new friends. Brack and Tack. Pluto lived to play the Brack and Tack game with the other planets. He wanted to brag about being the smallest planet. He hoped someone would call on him to brag soon. I am Venus, the second planet from the sun. Venus said, Tack, Neptune. I am Neptune, an ice giant. I have stormy weather. Then Neptune yawned. Game over, he said, and he began to hum. Pluto was sad that no one had tagged him, but he joined in the humming. It sounded lovely, like bells ringing. Soon, soon everyone but Pluto was asleep. Pluto watched over the others from his distant orbit. Surely he'd be tagged tomorrow. Good night, planets, he whispered. Bullies. The next day, Pluto could hardly wait to play the game. I am Mercury, and I orbit the sun in 88 days. 88 days. Mercury began. I am Mercury began. I am the smallest planet. Huh? Said Pluto. Then he shouted, I'm the smallest planet. You were the smallest planet, said Mercury. I'm the smallest now, and I'm a giant compared to you. He laughed, and the others joined in. He voted. And you are no longer a planet, said Earth. Since when? Since the other day, Mars answered. You are too tiny to be a planet, and you have a messy orbit as well. But Pluto said, I orbit the sun just like the rest of you. Your orbit is full of junk, Saturn said. Look at all the rocks and ice chunks. Tsk, tsk. Very messy indeed, added Venus. You could even be an asteroid. Asteroid, laughed Uranus. Then Jupiter spoke up. Tough luck, kid. But don't worry, it's a big universe. Go find something else to do. Dark days. Pluto felt as if he'd been struck by a comet. But he was sad and silent for days and days. Charon, his largest moon, tried to cheer him up. You were still special, Pluto. Some planets have no moons, and you have three. Pluto sighed. But I'm not a planet. I could have million moons, and it couldn't matter. I'm a nobody. For hours, Pluto started at the sun. Maybe the sun could put in a good word for him with the planets. The sun knew how hard working he was. After all, it took him 248 years to complete his orbit. Sadly, Pluto realized he couldn't ask for help. The sun was too, the sun was much too far away to hear him. Pluto looked away from the sun. Beyond the planets, he spent days looking at stars, comets, and asteroids. Asteroids. Then one day, he looked up and saw someone like him, only bigger. Dwarf planet. dwarf planets. Hello, Pluto, said Aries. Are you a new planet? Pluto asked. No, I am Aries. I'm a dwarf planet. And so are you. We're just like planets, only we share our orbits with other objects. Pluto made a face. You mean the junk? Aries laughed. It's foreign frozen gases and rocks left over from when the solar system began. There sure is a lot of it, Pluto gripped, especially in the Kuiper Belt, said Aries. That's our neighborhood. Scientists study the Kuiper Belt for clues about how the solar system began. Are you studying us? Studying us too? Pluto asked. Yes, they named five dwarf planets. And think there are many, many more of us. Let's go find them, Pluto cried. Hold on, Pluto. You should meet my three friends first. New friends. Aries and Pluto rolled out of their orbits. They zoomed over to where Meg, Hamia, and Cirrus and Cirrus had gathered together to meet them. In their excitement, they all started talking at once. I have an idea, said Pluto. Let's get to know each other with a game. They played brag and tag for hours and hours. Pluto was tagged a dozen times or more. Meanwhile, he learned that Aries took the longest time to orbit the sun, and Ceres took the shortest. He learned that their ma- that their names all came from ancient myths. Ceres was named for the Roman goddess of the harvest. Haumea was named for a Hawaiian good goddess. Ares for a Greek goddess, and Mechmech for an Easter Island god. I am, na- I am named the Roman god of the underworld, said Pluto. I am proud to be a dwarf planet with new friends. Game over. Hey, dwarf planets like to hum? We do, said Mechmech. A new harmony of voices rang out. It was simply lovely to hear.